Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you and to share some thoughts that I have concerning supporting research through metadata and access. Since I'm involved very heavily in metadata, I'm a very big proponent of it. Because without good metadata and access, even the most useful of research items may not likely be found. In a day where shelf browsing is down and internet research is up, a deficiency in access prevents a user from finding that key item for their research and results in a game of hide and seek, or lost and never found. Rich metadata and access are needed to reveal our hidden collections and stay relevant in today's internet age. Special collections items in particular provide each library an opportunity to really engage its users with its truly unique material, information that is very often not easily Googled. Enriching metadata from a brief or generic record into one that contains useful information is a library staffer's dream, particularly for those of us catalogers. Creating better access could include the addition of detailed subject headings, using controlled vocabularies for both subjects and names, so that similar materials can be found in that subject or by that same author. It could also include more detail in the container lists of finding aids, or full text transcription or OCR for full searchability of the text. Getting that to index and appear in an online search really gets that unique information out to a worldwide research community that would otherwise be unable to access that material. As a couple of examples of what may be possible from my experience, a few years ago, Backstage teamed with Penn Libraries in Philadelphia to perform TEI encoding on transcripts of correspondence for an important local Jewish leader, Isaac Leeser. This is the webpage that they created. For those unfamiliar with TEI, this stands for Text Encoding Initiative and is an XML-based schema. Penn Libraries had internally gone through the process of collecting Leeser's correspondence, resolving any sort of copyright or usage restrictions, cataloging it, digitizing it, transcribing it, and compiling basic metadata to include in the TEI header using both internal professional and student staff. Backstage then encoded the transcription of the letters using TEI guidelines along with some of their local customizations. What Penn was able to do with this metadata afterwards, I think, was brilliant. Their programmers created this website that made it possible to view the image of the letters side by side. There you are. With the transcript and with the fully searchable text. By capturing the origination places of the letters in a specific tag within the TEI, they created, I can't use this thing, there we go. They created an interactive map where the letters came from, which has made this an incredible source for research. So if you're on this actual site, you can click down into any of these locations and it will give you, it will take you to the source letters from that location. Obviously, like Canada, there's quite a few, United States as well. It breaks those down further into provinces and states, which I think is really quite interesting. So if you're interested or investigating this type of a project for correspondence, I would suggest going to their website and having a look around. They're currently in the process of doing a similar thing with a collection of correspondence they have in their Theodore Dreiser collection. We're teamed right now with the State Library of Massachusetts to digitize and transcribe handwritten legislative journals, which contain the minutes from legislative sessions of the state back to its early beginnings in the late 1700s, which for us is early history. These will be eventually loaded into their online repository, pictured here, with the full transcripts available alongside it. These journals contain information about many of the American founding fathers, which will make early American historians very pleased. At the moment, like most special collections materials, they can only be viewed in the reading room at the library. As an interesting side note, one of my staff in Utah, I'm based in Utah in the US, One of my staff that's been reviewing some of these transcriptions found the name of one of her ancestors listed in these journals. So she's very keen to do research on his involvement in the Massachusetts legislature once everything has been put online. The problem, though, for most libraries is that rich metadata often comes at a high cost. In a survey I sent out to AutoCAT listserv last autumn, library staff responded with their greatest challenges in creating this rich metadata. Answers included limited staff time, limited budget, and as you'll notice, amongst all the different libraries that responded, the staff time and budget were amongst the highest, or really the biggest issues for them. The need for subject specialists to complete the metadata, or while in the process of enriching metadata, they discovered issues with their legacy data that also needed to be corrected, adding more time and money to the project. I wish I had the magic bullet for overcoming these types of issues, but as solutions are found and opportunities provided, you can continue to bring hidden collections like these to light for the world to see, as is the case with Penn Libraries and State Library of Massachusetts. Digitization and transcription and putting these on web pages is just one way for doing so. Thank you.